Okay, so I'm going to make this interlacement design. Um, and so it's a little tricky, but so what I'll do, this is kind of the finished product here. Uh, it tells us though that everything's in inches unless it tells us otherwise. So when I look at this, having done this a couple times, so let's go new, and it's in imperial, okay. And I'm going to make sure I've got my view cube here. I'm in my top view. So looking at this and having done it, to my best guess, this means 2 squared, which means that this rectangle is 4 inches. All right, so what I'll do then is I'm going to go ahead, let's just make a square, a rectangle, but I want to keep my 0, 0 in the center. It'll make things easier for me. So let's go up here. I'm going to go to rectangle, and I'm going to type in, if it's 4-inch square, what I'll do is I'll type in minus 2x and minus 2y, enter, and then I'll put my mouse in here and I'll say 2, 2. All right, 2, 2, enter. I don't see anything. Let's click on the top here, and there it is. So let's just verify that though. I'll go to my linear just to verify what I have here. Okay, that's 4. All right, so that's going to work. So what I want to do is, rather than do that again, I could do a minus, I could do all the math, but I'm going to just go ahead and type an offset. All right, push enter. The distance is 0.2 because that's what it says, 0.2, enter. So I'll go ahead and select the object, and if I move my mouse to the right or the outside, but I'll put it on the inside, and then that's good there. And I could check it, but I'm pretty confident about that, so we could double check it real quick. All right, let's double check here, 0.2, that's fine, so we're good. All right, so then let's just go ahead and rotate this. I'll type in rotate, and I'll select the 2 objects, push enter. As my base point, we already decided it's going to be 0, 0. So I'll type in 0, 0, enter. And then the rotation. So what I want to do is I want to copy this though. So I'll say copy. And then the rotation angle is actually 45 degrees, either minus or positive, it doesn't matter. All right. So that looks good. Now, maybe what I'll do while I'm here is I'll just type in trim, enter. And I'll just match what the textbook is doing here. So it's got this interlacement design. So just very carefully following what the textbook does. It's a little tricky. All right, and then this one, like this. And down here is that. And then, all right, so just kind of motoring through this real quick. And okay, looks good. All right, so far so good. Now let's, what we're going to do is I want to make this outside. And so the way you do that here is you click here and you say Polyline. Now I've already measured it or counted it. It's 8 sides. So number of sides 8. Push enter. The center we already know is 0, 0, enter. And I'm going to go circumscribed about, and I'm just going to go ahead and click right here. And so you can see it matches the book. And then I'll go ahead and type in offset, enter. It's 2.0, that's what it's defaulting to. I'll push enter, and then I'll select the object and move it to the outside. All right, so everything looks good here. Now let's go ahead and put these dimensions in here. So what you want to do, you have to be a little bit, finesse a little bit. I actually need, oh, I see something's off here, bummer. So let's just real quickly do that again. I was snapping too happily. So the way I did it again is I went to my Polyline tool. 8 is the side, enter. Center we said was 0, 0, enter. Circumscribed about. I have to be very careful when I do this. All right, so there it is. All right, now I did the offset, enter. 0.2, select the object. There it is. Okay, pretty good. I don't know what I did last time. All right, now what I'll do is put the dimensions in here. So what you do is you actually go to, we want to go to down here, it says leader, and then it's the outside line. So I can move this later. Click down here and I'll type in 2.00 space capital S capital Q for square, right? And then I'll click out of it. And now what you do to get the other one is you actually go here and say add leader, select the object, and then come where you want to put it. All right. And I can move these around later. Let's get it on the line here. All right. So now let's do the other dimension here real quick while I'm doing it, trying to motor along for everybody. And I will do aligned. And let's just select here, perpendicular, move this over. And I can just, for now, just probably easier just to double click it. I could turn off the, obviously I could do it in the precision. I could turn off. So for example, we could see the best way to do this, suppressing leading. So you could say yes, and then I could change the precision, dimension round off. Actually, we want to go to the precision on this. So that's going to be, all right, hang on. Or it's probably easier now just to type it in. I could do a text override. So you could just type in 0.20 and push enter. That's one way of doing it. A lot of different ways to do it. Okay, so now let's do this outside circle. So it's really kind of strange because it's got these gaps. And so let's just honor that. Maybe what I could do is I could do the line weights later, but there's probably an easier way to do this. But what I'm going to do is go 2 point on the circle. I'm going to select a point on the top, on the bottom. And so, however, you notice those gaps there. And the only way I can figure to do these gaps is to do what's called a 3-point arc. So I'll click 1, 2, 3. And that's at those intersections. And then there has to be a better way, but what I'm going to do for this one is just baby this thing back, because I've got this, you can see it's on the line. So I'll just bring these back so I could come right to this point here. And then I'll just back it off a little bit. All right, so let's do that. It's not very precise, but because I'm all right. Come on, work with me. Extend it. Go back. All right, hold on, everybody. We're doing great. All right, there it goes. Just play around with it a little bit. All right, so the best thing to do now is let's just go ahead and rotate this. So I'll go and type in rotate, enter, select the object, push enter. Base point is 0, 0, enter. And then it's going to be 360 divided by 8 is 45. So I'll type in 45. And but what I want to do first is hit copy and then push enter. And then I'll push enter again because it's the active command. Maybe we could do 1 at a time or 2 at a time. Base point is 0, 0, enter. Rotation angle 45, but let's hit copy first. Enter. All right, let's do it one more time. So 1, 2, 3. So I'll push enter, select the object to rotate, and you get the idea here. Copy. All right, and then let's try doing it again. So push enter, select objects. Let's see if we can do this. One fell swoop. Base point 0, 0, enter. Rotation angle 180. Let's see if it works. Oh, I forgot to push copy. Silly me. Let's do it again. I was so close. So we type in rotate. Select these objects real quick here. 2, 3, 4. Push enter. Base point 0, 0, enter. Copy. and then type in 180, enter, voila. Now I could go ahead and do all these line weights. So line weights here, I'm just going to do everything but the outside. I don't want to do the dimensions either. You got to be very careful. You're not selecting the dimensions. So watch how we do this. So just be careful not to select the dimensions. All right, and then we'll go to line weight, and we'll make this nice and thick. All right, and that should be good. We need to add an angle here. So I'm going to select this angle, and there is my 45. And I think I'm pretty good here. So top, make sure my line weights, so if I don't see them, just go here, and there it is. So that looks pretty good. All right, we might want to move this a little bit. There's things we can do to fix this. But I think pretty much we're there. Okay, so that is the project.